It's time to get things started.
Who did you play last?
NFL on EA Sports.
He just lost to Markel.
Well, the first quarter of this season, hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, tonight.
Man in motion here.
Tonight.
I'll start on the ground with Gibbs.
No, he's going to be out of town for like 30 days on a I guess, out of town project or something.
No progress on
working.
first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
He got what?
Job one of so many D tackles in this
You
league
funny.
is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Stuffed at the line a 2nd time, and now it'll be 3rd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Don't jump. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, Fields.
Oh, good catch.
That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Here we go. Tonight.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Brought down by Fred Warner.
Go.
Here's 2nd and 7. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
From a great throw.
He's on in real life. On in real life.
Moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right, set now. 1st and 10.
Here we go, tonight.
Gibbs now from the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Again, it's Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And we'll pause now. Looks like we had an injury on the play.
Yeah, he got in the backfield a lot.
Who it was, and yeah, it's Jahmyr Gibbs who's getting looked at by the trainers. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
Fields out of the gun. That throw finds Pickens. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Right. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Dump off to his fullback.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, "You have a tight end with his hand on the ground?" "Yes, coach." "You have a fullback still on your roster?"
Yeah, all right.
"Yes,
He could
coach."
just
Then you're gonna
tape that up and get back out there.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go. All right.
Now Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Offense up to the line fast.
EQ. Tonight.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He brings it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
One of the tight ends motioning left. On 1st down, they'll run. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Diving forward, and he makes the catch.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 47. Hits his running back. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick this up on the ground.
I ran there. I got caught up right in the block.
They got him at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
4th and 3, drive on the line. Throwing now, off play action.
Good defense.
Incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Go.
Fields on 1st down. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Here we go.
Man,
Again
still.
on 2nd down, Fields. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Fields on 3rd. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
It's fielded at the 14. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the 49ers will go on offense.
He's going to let him ride it out, right?
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. The screen pass falls incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Second and 10 now. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's made at 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to Pittsburgh right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. Pass play on 1st and 10. Cut for big yards on the right side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
They give it to him again. And he's got a nice gain down inside the 10-yard line. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. On comes the field goal unit to try this one for the 49ers. A very short kick here from the right hash.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, Snipe. Angel. Snipe.
Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Another one for Gibbs. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Brought down by Fred Warner.
It's probably might be because of that injury, maybe.
On that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Good play.
Runs his man over he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
I'm not sure how this defense let
I just should have known. That's my fault. I should have known he was going to go back to that play.
He took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
You silly.
Wilson's got it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
Similar.
That play gains 15, and it moves.
No, I'm talking about formation-wise still.
First down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go, son. Go.
Here's Fields to throw. He's on the move. On the run right, throwing deep down the side.
You are so fucking lucky. That should have been an interception.
Instead, 3rd down coming up. George Pickens, the intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
The trajectory of that ball changes while it's in flight. I'll tell you this, Kate, on shorter throws, these receivers are so good to adjust, can still bring it in. But over a long distance, a tip like that alters the course of the ball, and it sure makes it tough to adjust in time.
Good hand.
To the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for George Pickens that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. So the Steelers turning things over to the field goal unit. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go.
You ain't right, Monk.
And this
good kick.
Is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running.
Boy, Steele's controlling that man.
Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well,
what are you talking about? Him just standing there? Or the guy that was on the edge?
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to the air here. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
I knew you was sending heat. I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming.
That's enough to move the sticks. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field.
He dropped it. Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe he dropped that.
So it's 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, he did it. He did have it. But he dropped it at the end when he turned around. When he spun around, he dropped it.
He breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up.
I did possession catch. He just dropped the ball.
And it's a nice gain, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. Dumped off to his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Good tackle.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations.
Yeah, I'm at the
Just puts a
50,
smile on
yeah.
my face, 'cause I can think from Pop Warner to
We'll
the
just go for
NFL.
it.
Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
From midfield now.
That's my fault.
And there's a man there.
I
It's
overthrew him.
intercepted.
Overthrew him.
Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. And the
I overthrew
Steelers
him.
take over on his 5th interception of the season. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field. That
It don't matter. It's under the 2-minute warning. The clock gonna move quick anyway. You don't even got to put two clock on. No, at the end of the when it's going towards halftime, the clock still moves fast.
To run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball.
You go into your settings, you know.
You create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the
No,
quarterback's mind.
no, you can do it after the 2-minute warning in the second half.
Lone back gets the handoff.
You can do it in the 4th.
Runs him down inside of field goal range. The Steelers calling their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Here we go. Right.
Off play action. It's Fields. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It's in the rules. It's in the rules.
Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
From the red zone now. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this.
Oh, my goodness.
That's intercepted. A lot of grass ahead. And the Steelers get the
Oh, my goodness, man. Why you... This fool can't catch a cold right
They
now.
have the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment.
This fool cannot catch a cold right now. It's ridiculous. It's pissing me off.
Once both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same
'Cause he just used
message,
all of them.
Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
They bring Wilson in motion right.
Right.
First down throw for Fields. And that's incomplete. With 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate.
He might be able to make it, depending on which way the wind is blowing.
And ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness.
He got it. He got it.
Shot plays down the field.
Yeah, good kick.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent.
Damn, my receivers don't want to
field goal
catch.
range, and he's delivering.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Power squib kick is taken in. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
This man want to drop passes on me. Yep. Got to.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback.
Oh, he play you?
First and 10 now from the 30. Now a give running right. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Anytime you get that chunk of yards, gosh, you can just feel it in the stadium. It just changes the whole complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end this series with points.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Pass play coming here.
Ah.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop
Yeah,
it.
good defense. I just needed a split second longer.
Third down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Third and long for him here. Brought in close to the 8. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that will set up first and goal.
I just needed him to get a little bit of separation. Still pressed him.
They'll try and punch it in. And he won't get any.
No, he ain't getting there.
Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line.
Oh, he didn't set the... That fool did not set the edge, man. That's all he had to do was block the edge.
Surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense. Well,
He didn't. My man didn't set the edge.
and ruin that play.
That's all he had to do.
Buckle up. It's third and goal.
I couldn't. No, I just need... If he would have set the edge, then I would have cut in. I was going to cut in if he would have set the edge. I ain't even had that.
Setting up a throw.
Oh, this idiot, man. Come on, Wilson. Get your head in the game. Damn.
It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So now they're left with fourth and goal. On comes the field goal unit to try this one for the 49ers. High percentage.
Yeah, Johnny need to get it together, man. Damn.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt.
I do go to... I went to lane on that pass play.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect timing. And
He'll get it together.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, son. Tonight.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a gain of 4, and they're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Here we go.
They send him left out of the slot.
All right.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rolling left, buying some time. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit is
Ain't had nobody
to
open.
the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Steelers set to punt it.
You fucking.
And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
You funny.
Back-to-back carries here. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back
Man,
to the
trying
line.
to.
No
He
gain on
elbowed
the
him right in the
play.
face.
With 3rd and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. Here's a throw.
Oh, fuck.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards.
It's my
2nd down
fault.
coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play. I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Third and 4.
Yeah, you did. That you did. I'm losing by 3 right now.
Looking for a throw here.
Shit.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd interception.
That
of the
ain't over
season.
yet.
Well, I'll admit, man.
No,
I
it's
admire
not.
the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And
That
no,
was
it's not
stupid throw.
baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down.
Don't jump. Ready? Set all right.
Give now to the running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go. All right.
Play action, Fields. Flushed out of the pocket. He sends this one to the end zone.
Oh my God. They would not let me pick it.
The Steelers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd.
You threw up a prayer still. You threw up a fucking prayer. I know, but I was right there. That man's 6'3". I was literally right there, and they made me under. No, but still, I was in front of the ball and they wouldn't let me go after it.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard.
No, I didn't say that it couldn't. I never said it couldn't happen still, but it was a good throw. Good throw. Yep.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's got it inside the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So we're through 3 here. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the 4th. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
Yeah, it should have been offsides. That's what I thought.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
So now,
tell me about it. Crumbling.
Now looking to throw. He's got it. And he's.
I thought it was gonna be the. I thought it was the. I forgot no, I forgot I switched out the running backs. I forgot I switched them out.
Not hitting as much in training camp. You're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days. When you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
You funny.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
No, I'm good, man.
They kick the running back in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. Continuing to move past the.
I don't need nobody to look out for me.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I said I don't need nobody to look out for me. That's what I said.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different.
Left, room to run. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. He saw that running lane pretty early. You could tell a quick burst got him to it, through
No, it was a
and
run.
then into a foot race down the field.
And there's the challenge defensively with a group that has this much speed and athleticism. You're late for just a second. You lose your eyes for just a second, Kate, and he is gone once you touch the 2nd level.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers double their lead to 14. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. That's complete. Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And they get it back. A huge play continues. And they're going to throw. No spike. Trying to catch him off guard. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
We send a man in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. He's got a man left. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, short of the 15. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a 49er first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Cut near the goal line. He has the San Francisco touchdown. So now, massive moment coming up for the 49ers as they go for 2.
Here we go, set.
He's throwing for it. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
I wasn't trying to win by no point. I shouldn't have. I was just listening to Madden. I shouldn't have done that.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone.
Shut up, bro.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Tonight.
Here's the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Hey, Karen. Go.
Another carry for him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They bring Wilson in motion right. Here's a give on the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers leading by 8. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Bunch right. Sit high.
Shotgun snap to Fields. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Here we go, son.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Tonight.
Back to throw. Setting up the screen. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Good play call still.
Big fan of the screen pass. Really, you could run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first.
Shut up, body
They still
count.
have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down.
Here we go, Snap. Snap.
He'll look to throw it. They can't
And he
prevent
dropped
it
the
as
ball.
coverage comes through with a
Yeah, his man dropped the ball.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen at one of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Setting up to pass. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Complete beyond the marker. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 now. A bit of desperation on this deep. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted.
I didn't throw it high enough. Good game still.
One game, yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Here we go.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down.
All right.
He's down to a knee, and the Steelers getting ready to celebrate this victory.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And this was the type of response you always hope to see.